Hello everyone and welcome back to this brand new video. For today we're going to be playing Grixis discard. Now let me go over the deck pretty quickly. So first let's tackle the ways we can force our opponent to discard, and these are Kroxa, Thought Erasure and Lily. Now the really cool thing about Kroxa is that she pairs very well with Liliana, because in case you don't know what Liliana does, it says +1, each player discards a card, each player who can't loses 3 life. Now the first thing is that if I have a Kroxa in my hand, I can safely discard it to Lily because I didn't actually lose card advantage. I can just simply escape Kroxa from the graveyard, and that way I can just force my opponent to discard again. Now why is Lily very good in this deck? Because we have so many hand disruption spells that at some stage Lily is just going to be +1 bolt every single turn, and that runs away with the game pretty quickly, and that ensures that our opponent will have nothing, because he's either gonna not play anything from his hand because he doesn't want to take 3, or he's simply just gonna discard the card that he has in his hand, simply making it impossible for him to advance board state wise. Now, our other ways of hand disruption include agonizing, remorse. I did not include it with a discard because it says exile that card, so we can't count it as discard. Besides that, we have Bolas' ability because they might exile something from their hand, and we have Ashiok, and Ashiok pairs very well in this deck because when we most of the time your opponent's gonna have an empty hand, so most of the time the -3 for Ashiok is just gonna be -3 exile target non-land permanent, and I don't need to tell you how good that is. And our last way of disrupting our opponent's hand is technically Necromantia, and I really like this card just because of how overpowered it is. I mean, trust me, Lost Legacy maybe can be an example for this card, but the thing is, Lost Legacy used to draw them cards for each card that we copy. I mean, for each card that we take from their hand, but this just makes a 2/2 zombie, and I don't need to tell you how good that is, because we don't care about zombies, simply you can just board wipe and then that's good. But your opponent drawing cards, that's not something you would enjoy. And to make sure that our opponent is not doing anything crazy and preventing us from playing our gameplay, we're obviously going to need some removal in the form of Eliminate. Drown in the Lock can be actually removal and a counter spell, which is very good in this deck, and trust me, most of the time you're gonna have the counter clause up because your opponent's gonna simply have your opponent simply discarded way too much because of your Lily and Thought Erasure and Kroxa. Besides that, we have Eliminate, as I mentioned previously, as removal, and we have 2 board wipe, Ritual of Soot and Extinction Event. Now I really like Extinction Event because of its utility against Uru or anything that recurs from the graveyard. That's why I'm playing it. And the main source of card advantage in our deck, besides Nicole Bolas, is a card I'm very excited about and I want to test out more, Frantic Inventory. And it's good in this deck especially because you can safely discard it to Lily once again, and then if you have another one in hand, you technically did not lose that much value. And Narset is simply an all-star in this deck because 1, she prevents your opponent from getting any kind of card advantage, meaning that we are locking him down from his deck. You're going to force him to keep on discarding and we're not allowing him to draw new cards. And 2, she can search for any of our good pieces, meaning most of our deck actually, the only thing that Narset doesn't hit is just our Kroxa or our lands, and that's literally most of the time Narset's gonna hit something. Now going for our land base, let's tackle the tapped lands quickly. We have 4 Fabled Passage, 1 Triumph just for cycling purposes in case we draw too many lands, and we have 2 temples. Besides that, you can consider Castle a tapped source technically, but most of the time it's entering untapped if your mana is correct. We have 2 islands, 2 swamps, and 1 mountain for Fabled Passage, and we have 4 of each single shockland. Now mana isn't the biggest issue in this deck, but the main thing you need to keep in mind whenever you are doing anything with your passage, with your shocklands, whenever you're discarding a land for Lily, you need to make sure that you have triple black in the case where you top deck Bolas at any stage. And speaking of Bolas is very good in this deck just because we're running 1, 2, 3, 4 Planeswalkers, so meaning he's gonna have 3 other abilities different from his own. So that's gonna be pretty much it for the DeckTech. Before we get into our games, I would like to please ask you to subscribe because it helps the channel a lot. And with that out of the way, let's get into our game. Going into our first game of Grixis discard, I'm very happy about this, and not because my opponent mulliganed, but I mean that is good when you're playing a discard deck, just because we have a very good curve of turn 4 Lily or turn 4 board wipe and then turn 4 Bolas, assuming we are going to draw some lands. But I mean, we are going second, so like the odds of drawing 5 lands by turn 5 is not that low, especially that we have 3 to begin with. I mean, I don't want my opponent to mulligan that badly. Grazer with a mulligan is so bad. Alright, I mean, sure, you can keep on ramping, but I mean, Grazer with a mulligan, that has to hurt. Alright, so think we play our Steam Vents. I should have played Blood Crypt because I could have played Lotchwain, and then that would have been me not playing something that forces me to shock myself. But I mean, I think we're fine. He's gonna probably dig for a land. I think he's digging for a land, isn't he? Yeah, he got his hand. His land. I'm happy. Let's just play our Kroxa. Does he attack us with the Grazer? He does not assert his dominance. We're gonna just shock in with a Blood Crypt, and then we're gonna play our Kroxa. And if he has any huge payoff, he's probably gonna have to discard it because of how his hand panned out. He discarded an Ugin, so I'm happy. But what does he have in hand that forced him to just get rid of his Ugin? Let's see, what's the best play currently? I think just playing Passage, or I think we just don't want to play Passage. We don't want to thin out our deck a bit more. So I think we just play our Lotchwain and then we pass. Currently we can have, let's see, this is, I mean, like, we could just board wipe next turn. We don't have to do anything about this. Let's just let this resolve. We're gonna pass. We're just gonna simply now play our land, and now we have perfect mana because we have another passage. So we don't have triple black yet for Bolas, so let's just simply get that. So triple black for Bolas, Ritual of Soot, goodbye creatures, and now we have a turn where we have a board wipe. I mean, we have a counter spell, or we could just play in a thread depending on what happens. Yeah, Nissa is not something that I wanted him to top deck after I tapped out, but I mean, it's fine. Theoretically, it's fine. We could just play Bolas, force him to discard it. I mean, force him to destroy it or something like that. That's a good turn of events. Or we could just play Lily, -3, kill a land, and then if he does the same thing next turn, we can kill a land another time with Lily and then counter whatever he plays. I think I just don't want him to untap with a land, but I mean untap with a Nissa. But do I want to suicide my Bolas just to deal with Nissa? I think we have to at this stage. Let's just go search for, do we have double red for Kroxa? We definitely do, so I think I can save searching for an island. And we now just destroy target creature Planeswalker. Let's just destroy our this Nissa. Goodbye Nissa, you're not gonna be missed. And I just need my opponent to stop standing in threats, and I think I'm happy. I mean, that's a very good ramp deck, not gonna lie, but I mean, please stop slamming threats. Yes, alright, so no other Lily. I was like, please don't have another Lily in hand. I think we can take a turn off just to make sure that he doesn't resolve anything with our Drown on the lock, and I think next turn we just simply slam in our Lily, start the discard chain, and I think that's enough for us to kind of get back into this game and then win that way. Hopefully it's price stop, meaning that me taking a turn off was not a bad thing. So currently you can play something for Uru is fine. I mean, you're just gonna draw a card and then maybe play a land. What I was going to say is that I think I'm happy because the opponent could have just played something for 6 and I had drawn the lock for 6 before he played his Uru, so I think I was very, very happy with the turn of events. Uru is probably gonna come back next turn, so Drown on the lock being up is not the best just because he's gonna escape 5 and then Uru is gonna be out of the graveyard, so I simply can't counter it that way. I think we just go to our turn and we just play our Lily and then start the discard chain rolling. I don't think I want another, I don't think I want agonizing remorse honestly, just because he's not doing anything. I mean, and he got rid of an Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He had Ugin if he top decked a land and I got rid of that, so I'm happy about this sequence. Let's see what happens. He's probably escaping his Uru, isn't he? He's probably escaping Uru, getting another creature in play. Can we theoretically pull off countering Uru? He's gonna escape this, escape 5 other cards. He has 2 cards and not 3, so we can't do anything about it. We literally can't do anything about it, which is very sad. Sure, you can draw your card opponent. It's fine. It's theoretically really fine. I mean, we could just, we can play Ashiok minus, force him to exile something. Do we protect our Lily? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not gonna have Ashiok plus counter spell. So I think we protect this Lily, we destroy this. Goodbye forest. I mean, I'm not sad about you leaving this field because you're trying to kill my Lily, and people who try to kill my Lily won't have it easy. I really wanted them to play a land just because we would have had such a better turn of events. Let's just play let's just use our ability to make us both discard. I think I don't want another Lily at this stage just because this is one is going to ulti next turn. We're just going to play our Ashiok, we're going to minus our Ashiok, and we're going to force him to exile something from his hand. So either he's probably gonna exile Uru, assuming this is a very good card. He exiled Uru. I'm very afraid of what he has in hand. The Fairy Master of Time is theoretically okay because he simply has no access to cards. So it's simply not going to do anything for him. So let's just activate our Lily one more time. Opponent, you're going to draw and discard Trigger. You're going to discard the other card anyways to kroxa. So I think I'm happy. I think we can pitch our this Thought Erasure because kroxa is gonna fix the problem anyways. And now we can simply play our kroxa, escape 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The one thing to do with your escape cards is that you should not escape you escape using your frantic inventory, because that would simply just decrease the amount of things it can do. I'm gonna keep the land just in case I top deck something good. And now next turn, if we ulti our Lily, if he had a creature in graveyard, I mean if he had Uru in his graveyard, you could have just kept on looping that, but sadly none of us have creatures. Yes, the perks of playing a controlled game. He's highlighting my cards. I'm very afraid of mass manipulation. Please don't be mass manipulation. For the love of everything, it's actually mass manipulation. Out of everything he could have had, he had mass manipulation. I mean, he has no creature in grave, so I think I'm fine. Do we deal with this Teferi, summon or other Ashiok? I think we just do that. Still pissed that he had mass manipulation. Out of anything he could have top decked, he top decked mass manipulation. He's gonna phase out my kroxa, I'm fine with that. He's gonna lose his Teferi, and this is a top deck war, and with my Castle Blockmain, I think I'm very good when we're playing a top deck war. That's because I can simply use it in my main phase to draw cards. But let's just remember that opponent top decked mass manipulation. Yeah, I'm not gonna forget that, am I? Alright, so that's good that I got rid of an Ugin, but I'm not happy that I got rid of a land. Solemn Simulacrum is fine, even though I think I'm just gonna minus Ashiok and then have him exile it. Just because I don't want him to get any kind of card advantage, and I really do not want him to get any kind of card advantage. Let's just play this land. Do I shock it in? Wait. I think we don't shock it in. Let's just use it and then see what we draw. Please Narset. That's not a Narset, but it's okay. Let's attack for 13 because now this is 10 and then kroxa has the ability. And we get rid of Anissa. I mean, I'm happy we got rid of Anissa. And we're theoretically winning next turn in case opponent doesn't top deck another mass manipulation. Solemn is fine, we can just repeat this loop of minus Ashiok, pitch it to hand. We're gonna play this land tap, we're gonna castle just because I like using the ability. And we're just going to minus, get rid of the Solemn. And now we can just simply attack for 13 once again and give the good game to our opponent. So opponent, good game. Alright, so with that, let's go into our game number 2. Going into our third game of Grixis discard. Seeing how our opponent started off with a mountain, I think I'm just going to play my temple. And now just simply, I don't want an Ashiok because it's too slow, but I mean, can we really not take Ashiok? Let's see. I think, yeah, we should bottom it just because I want to get more interaction like eliminate and things like that. My hand I think is very good. I did not know that my opponent obviously is playing mono red. He's playing Rakdos, which changes things. He's playing Rakdos Menace, which is really annoying to say the least. I think we just play our swamp and then now we have frantic inventory at end step. I mean, we don't have a creature to block with, so I think I really don't mind the fact that this makes me discard things. Don't play a 3-drop because Extinction Event just gets way worse if he goes 2-drop into 3-drop. I mean, but if he plays a 4-drop, that still takes care of 2 things. Sadly, he played a 2-drop and that's very sad. We have removal just in case, and we have Ritual of Soot now, so I don't think I even mind if he plays anything else. Just don't play a 4-drop opponent. Please listen to what I have to say to you. I think we just play our Triumph that stopped, and now we have Fabled Passage next turn. Did it for Red Swords because we're lacking one. Sadly, he played Passage, so that means that we might just be facing a 4-drop. If that's the case, we might just use our Extinction Event and then force him to sacrifice. Is this Embercleave? No, it's not Embercleave, is it? He's just pumping his creatures, which is fine with me. Yeah, that's very fine with me, opponent. That's literally very, very fine with me. So we're just going to play our Fabled Passage, look for a red source for the future. And now we're just going to Ritual of Soot. Goodbye, creatures. Who plays creatures? Creatures are like so 2000. I mean, the only creature I play is literally Uru or Chromium, which is very ironic that I play Chromium seeing how I am Chromium, but I mean, that's something that you don't need to worry about. please play something that I can kill with my Lily, and he does. I mean, I can kill it with John in the log as well, so maybe we just force him to discard something. So opponent, can you please discard something? Let's see what he discards, because like what he discards changes my decision. He thought he could take control of a creature. How cute. He thought I would play a creature for him to control. So I think we just pass. Maybe we try to bait him into using Embercleave, and then when he does, we draw in the lock, which is something better than just firing it off on my turn. Let's just see what he does. Pass the damage. Alright, we take the damage, it's fine. We only took 3, which isn't the biggest issue. We could counter this, or we could just kill it with Lily next turn, so I think we let it resolve. Now next turn we have Extinction Event. I think we just destroyed this. We have Extinction Event into Lily, which is a very good curve. I mean, not Extinction Event into Lily. We have the option of playing Extinction Event or Lily. So I think we just fire off our Lily. We have 5 cards in our graveyard. We're just going to Fabled Passage to make sure that we don't draw lands for the future. I think I'm just going to get my blue source, and now we're going to play our Lily. And we're going to just minus this Lily and kill off this. Now alternatively, what I could have done is I could have just kept Ritual of Soot up. Ritual of Soot and then keep a counter spell up, but I didn't want to just waste a turn without doing anything. And of course, opponent is just gonna simply keep playing threat after threat, because like of course that's what people do. We're gonna plus, and then have each player discard a card. And I think we can safely use Ritual of Soot. I mean, yes, opponent, I'm gonna literally board wipe whatever you play. I mean, I'm really sorry, this is not what the deck intends to do, but I mean, it's what's happening. I mean, sorry. Am I really sorry though? That's the question. Let's just plus. We're gonna discard our agonizing remorse because it's not doing anything, and we're gonna now just Extinction Event for even, and that's gonna be simply enough for us to win the game. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the games, please do consider subscribing because it helps the channel a lot. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.